TBTL.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Hey Dummies. In fact, this is a special midweek edition of Hey Dummies. It might be the first midweek edition of Hey Dummies ever. We're experiencing all kinds of history together this week on TBTL, folks. Of course, we wanted to get the newsletter out early this week because we wanted you to get the big reveal of the actual TBTL billboard that is actually in existence along the side of a state highway right now in Wisconsin. That's right. I'm assuming you read the top part of this email before playing this video, or maybe you're just finding this on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But we did indeed purchase the very first ever TBTL billboard. It is in Friendship, Wisconsin. The big reveal happened on the show yesterday. Listener Lisa was the first person to guess Friendship, Wisconsin as the location after our many clues, some more helpful than others. So just big week here. We have this billboard up in Friendship. We're going to be heading to Friendship to see the billboard ourselves next month and to do our TBTL-a-thon from downtown Friendship, Wisconsin. A lot of fun stuff going on. Thanks for following along on our weird little adventures. It's been a thrilling few weeks. I do have some regular Hey Dummies business to get to, though, here. This is a question we got from listener Sebastian. This is how it works, by the way. You email me, Andrew at tbtl.net. You put Hey Dummies in the subject line, and you ask us any question. It can be about anything, a personal question, professional question, about the show, about our lives. It can be a philosophical question like this one. I think it's okay to call this philosophical. Sebastian asks, would you give up your cell phone, the internet, and all of the inventions of the past 35 years to live in the 1980s again? No, Sebastian. No way, Jose. I don't even have to really consider that one much. I don't have to think about it. It's not even a proposition that seems to have a lot of pros and cons for me. I'm wondering if part of this question was, or I guess I should say, I wonder if this question was partly inspired by a newsletter that I wrote a couple of weeks ago in which I talked about how much I loved like kind of pushing buttons on the technology that I grew up with in the 80s and 90s. The push buttons on the car radio and VCRs and everything having this sort of physicality about it that you don't get with modern technology. And that is kind of a loss. I do miss that, but it's not in any way a trade. As much as I love pushing buttons, as I like to say, I love much more being able to record this video right now on a tiny little digital camera and directly send it out to you on YouTube. I mean, if it was the 1980s, I guess I would have like a big camcorder up there above my computer. Well, I guess I wouldn't even have a computer. I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be making a whole bunch of copies of this on VHS tapes and mailing it to all of you. So I also don't know, like, in this situation, am I going back as an adult to the 1980s, or am I going backwards in time? Am I a kid again? I would never trade adulthood for my childhood. And I'm not saying, I mean, if you're a kid who's watching this right now or a young person, I mean that as sort of a hopeful thing. No matter how great things are now, I do believe the more autonomy you get as a human as you get older, that's just something that you're not going to want to trade away. Autonomy is very important to me, at least, and I wouldn't want to be a kid again. And again, I don't even think I'd want to go back to the 80s as an adult either. Probably not even for a day. And also keep in mind, and again, I'm taking a very specific angle on this, talking about my nostalgic feelings towards technology that had a more physical button-pushing aspect to it back then. The thing is, it's not common technology now, but I can access it. I can buy a vintage Walkman. Vintage Walkmans are kind of tough because even ones that seem like they work often have audio issues. Actually, though, I do have one here. This is a Walkman. This is like an early Walkman that listener Karen gave me. Friend of the show, Karen. You guys know Karen, the author of Leave Your Troubles Behind. Karen gave me this Walkman, and so I can get all my button pushing done on this thing. Let me hit play on that. I think this does not have a speaker, so you need headphones on it, but these are the kind of chunky buttons you just love to push, though. And by the way, when I was grabbing this thing, I wanted to show you guys this cool old Walkman. There's the last tape that I was listening to, and this is going back a ways. How do you eject this thing? Oh, God, that alone right there. Is there a better sound than that? This is a tape, and this came to our P.O. box. This is not from Karen, I don't believe. This came to our P.O. box years ago from, I believe, an anonymous listener. If you weren't anonymous, I'm afraid to say I forgot the name on the package because it was years ago, and it took me a long time to listen to it, but I am fascinated by this. The label is mostly blank with one literally typewritten message in here that says, one side is a professor with a British accent giving a lecture on a poet. The other side is all me, and it's all over the place. I hope you hate it. And let's see here. Oh, it says Hopkins 1977 on it. So I think that's maybe the name of the professor on the side A. I did not listen to the professor side of this, or maybe I just listened to a little bit of it, but it's been a while, but I was fascinated. If there's any chance the person who sent this to me could email me, andrew@tbtl.net, and identify yourself and tell me more. I didn't quite make it to the end of your kind of podcast thing, but if I recall, I was very fascinated by it. It was a mixture of, I believe, kind of random sounds and archival audio, interspersed with, I believe, the person who made it put their voice on it from time to time, and it was that's right, it was like a diary. It was like a diary that was highlighted with random audio. It was really cool. So I'm sorry I never got to tell you that. I listened to this thing a couple of years ago, and I don't know who you are, but I got to say, you did get me. I remember one night of literally listening to it on Karen's Sony Walkman, listening to your homemade podcast that you put on the B-side of a cassette tape while I was playing darts. It was quite the evening. So anyway, I have access to that stuff, that technology from the past today, plus I have access to all of today's technology today. So I'm going to stay right here in 2025 for now. All right, Sebastian, thank you very much for the question. Everybody else, you can email me your questions, andrew@tbtl.net. I gotta go make another billboard or something. Talk to you guys soon.